Depending on the character's roles, some liberties to keep the plot moving are unrealistic. What I'm focused on is learned behavior, something you see over time. That is why I like series, because it starts to develop a character into a person and it constrains the writer into how the character can react. If you violate the spirit of the character, then you soon will find interest in the books will disappear. While the thoughts are inspired by the book, it does not imply the writer intended to inspire the thoughts I have. The closet, in the case for Tom and Scott, comes into play with Scott. Scott's family being from the South means strong, rigid thought. Add to that Scott's success as a baseball player. At a time that gays were not considered more than what you would see in a pride parade. The leather set and the drag queen, while you should be proud of who you are, I must ask, how many could look at the pride parade and recognize themselves? Pride often has more to do about offending everyone. That doesn't help LGBTQ to be accepted as equals. In fact, you are making it easier for intolerance to get worse. Plus, people who are just waking up to the possibility they are gay might assume that coming out as LGBTQ would mean embracing the circus that is represented by the Pride Parade. I understand media focuses on the spectacle, however, if your goal is to be acceptable, then maybe you should realize the damage you cause. I joined a protest for LGBTQ in Kansas City against a thing called Love Went Out, supported by Focus on the Family. In the planning stages of the protest, we were told about being aware of the message. They called it talking points. I found the ideal disgusting, so instead of participating in the protest, I went to the event, and then at a universal church where others interested went to hear what was said. I was the only one of the four that stayed. The two left after the first few hours and joked about it, offered nothing else. The one that went with me didn't bother to show up. It was me alone with my notes that provided anything of value toward understanding. I also did an article in the local gay paper and got something in the Kansas City Star. Maybe I didn't help much, but I am sure I helped far more than the other three. While the thoughts are inspired by the book, it does not imply the writer intended to inspire the thoughts I have. The attempt is to start a discussion and get people to think about human behavior from the perspective of the closet. How this might lead to problems that make friends or partners or even business relationships difficult. I can understand why some would dismiss this effort. I find reminders in how the characters behave with memories of my own experiences and then explore that aspect. It's meant to start people to think. It is not meant to imply I am right. If you do not share the ideals with others, then how will you know if you're right? When talking, the focus should be on challenging and exposing your ideals, not in changing other opinions. That would only lead to frustration, since the only person you can change is yourself.